Today's episode of Off the Timeline is titled The Willie McGee Trade That Never Happened, How the Yankees Built a Quiet Dynasty. What if I told you that one of the best trades the Yankees never made completely altered their 1980s timeline? That a humble, soft-spoken center fielder with a goofy stride and an MVP bat quietly bridged the gap between Don Mattingly and Derek Jeter. And that is his name, Willie McGee. Chapter 1: The Trade That Never Was. Let's start in the real world for a second. The year 1981. The Yankees have just lost the World Series to the Dodgers. George Steinbrenner is fuming in a luxury box and probably already composing angry telegrams to humanity. Meanwhile, deep in the Yankees minor league system, a 23-year-old switch-hitting outfielder named Willie McGee is trying to break through. And instead of giving him a shot, the Yankees do something very Yankees. They trade him to the Cardinals for Bob Sykes. Bob Sykes, a man who would never throw a pitch for the Yankees, ever, not once, not even in a simulated bullpen session. In real life, McGee debuts for St. Louis in 1982, immediately becomes a fan favorite, wins the World Series MVP, and several gold gloves. Cool, great story. But what if the Yankees never made the trade? What if McGee, with his corkscrew swing and gazelle legs, stayed in the Bronx? Welcome to our alternate universe. Chapter 2, 1982 to 1986. McGee debuts with the Yankees, not the Cardinals, and steps into a crumbling empire. Reggie's gone, the pitching staff is old, but McGee, he brings energy, speed, defense. He's hitting .287 with 24 stolen bases and turning Yankee Stadium's vast outfield into his personal parkour course. The Yankees don't win the division, but they finish 85-77, 6 wins better than in real life. Not playoff good, but hey, maybe we shouldn't trade every 23-year-old we've ever heard of good. McGee settles in as everyday center fielder, immediately clicks with Don Mattingly, who debuts in '82 and becomes the team's first baseman soon afterwards. In 1985, McGee is an AL MVP, batting .350, stealing 50 bases, playing elite defense, getting more accolades from Phil Rizzuto than what is legally allowed under New York City ordinances. Oh, and the Yankees? They take the AL East. They beat the Royals in the ALCS, and they win the 1985 World Series. Yes, in this universe, Don Mattingly is a World Series champion. Chapter 3, 1987, Revenge of the Yankees. 1987 is chaos across baseball. Juice balls, juice dudes, who knows? But the Yankees are still rolling. Mattingly is smashing, Bernie Williams is lurking in the minors, and McGee, he's still a magician in center field, hitting .335, stealing 35 bases, and robbing home runs. The Yankees edge out the Tigers in a photo finish and return to the postseason. This time the ALCS opponent is the upstart Twins, but McGee and Mattingly lead the charge. The Yankees win in 6. And here comes baseball karma again. 1987 World Series, Yankees versus Cardinals. The team that never had McGee versus the team that's now built around him. Game 7, top of the ninth inning, McGee takes away a would-be home run. Yankees win. Mattingly gets his second ring. McGee becomes a legend. Cardinals fans despair. Chapter 4, The Ghost Years Averted, 1988 to 1991. In real life, this is where the Yankees tumble off a cliff. Mattingly has some back issues. The front office goes Looney Tunes. But here, McGee's steady presence and leadership keeps them grounded. Bernie Williams develops earlier with McGee mentoring him. Mattingly still struggles with injury, but McGee steps up as a silent captain. The Yankees don't make the playoffs every year, but they're respectable. Instead of finishing dead last in 1990, they go 74-88. Still bad, but not how many Steinbrenners does it take to fire a manager bad. McGee plays through 1991, hits .280, and gets a standing ovation in his final home game. His retirement ceremony includes guest speakers such as Phil Rizzuto, Bernie Williams, and a 17-year-old shortstop named Derek Jeter. Chapter 5, The Jeter Connection, 1992 to 1996. Yes, Jeter enters the picture. Drafted in 1992, just like real life, but here he enters a functional Yankee system. Not a drama fit of firings. McGee may be gone by 92, but his impact lingers. Jeter, Bernie, Posada all benefit from the McGee era. A culture of humility, speed, defense, and just win baseball games. Jeter debuts a little earlier in 95 and becomes full-time shortstop by 96. Owen Mattingly, instead of retiring after a heartbreaking 1995 ALDS, he gets one more taste of glory. The Yankees beat the Mariners in Game 5. Mattingly hits the walk-off single, and the crowd chants, Donnie Baseball. Chapter 6. Buck Showalter and Joe Torre. In our world, Buck Showalter is fired after 1995 despite building the entire Core 4 foundation. But in the McGee timeline, he stays. He's the king of continuity. Joe Torre never becomes Yankees manager. Instead, he sends off the Royals or Cubs and wins absolutely nothing. 1996, Buck leads the Yankees to a World Series win behind Jeter, Bernie, O'Neill, and a rejuvenated staff. Willie McGee returns for one final cameo, pinch running in a midseason game. He steals second, tips his helmet, and rides off into Yankees folklore. And just like that, Willie McGee becomes the quiet cornerstone of two Yankee dynasties without ever needing to raise his voice. Chapter 7. Cooperstown calls eventually. McGee retires with 2,400 plus hits, 297 average, 400 plus steals, 3 gold gloves, an MVP, and 3 rings. First Hall of Fame ballot, he gets around 20%. Yankees fans and old school voters push hard. By ballot 4, he's flirting with 50%. But in 2020, the Veterans Committee finally inducts him. And standing at the podium in Cooperstown is Derek Jeter saying, Willie taught us how to carry ourselves like Yankees before we ever won anything. Crowd erupts. Even Red Sox fans politely nod. Some of them, anyway. Chapter 8. Legacy. In this alternate timeline, McGee isn't just a stolen base artist or slick defender. He's a bridge between chaos and cohesion, between Mattingly and Jeter, between the forgotten 80s and the glory-bound 90s. And maybe, just maybe, he reminds us that not every dynasty begins with a home run. Some of them start with a stolen base, a diving catch, and a trade that never happened. So the next time you think of the Yankees dynasty, remember the guy who got it all started. Not with a bang, but with a blur. Willie McGee. Smash that like button if you believe Willie McGee should be a Hall of Fame. Drop a comment and subscribe for more alternate history dives, trades that never happened, and beautiful baseball what ifs.